Hi everybody, welcome to our next session of electromagnetic induction. In our previous session, we discussed about self-induction and formula for self-induction. So, in this session, I would like to teach about mutual induction. In self-induction, EMF is induced in the coil when current changing in the coil itself within the circuit only. But in mutual induction, here we have two coils. The first coil is considered as primary. The first coil is considered as primary coil. Okay, here we placed another coil. Which is said to be secondary coil. Here we placed two coils nearer to each other. First coil is said to be primary coil and second coil is said to be secondary coil. Here current is flowing through this primary coil. We know whenever current flowing through a circuit, then they produced magnetic field. Here current flowing through this primary coil then produces magnetic field. Here then automatically there induces an EMF in the secondary coil. In self-induction, the induced EMF is produced within the coil or within the circuit itself only. But here in mutual induction, we placed two coils nearer to each other, but we passing current through single coil. It means we passing the current through primary coil. Here whenever the current flowing through a circuit, then automatically magnetic field is produced in this coil. We know here within this producing of magnetic field, here there induces an EMF. According to Faraday's laws, there induces an EMF in the secondary coil. Hence this phenomenon of inducement of EMF in the secondary coil by passing current through this primary coil is simply said to be mutual inductance or phenomenon of mutual inductance. Phenomenon of mutual inductance. This is said to be phenomenon of mutual inductance. So here current is passing through this primary coil only. The produced or induced EMF, which is nothing but developed in secondary coil only. Hence we saying that the inducement of EMF in the secondary coil due to the primary coil is said to be phenomenon of mutual induction. So here due to secondary coil, there in the primary coil also EMF is induced. Here whenever there is two coils, then automatically due to developed EMF in the secondary coil, it means automatically there induces EMF in primary coil also. But here the induced EMF in the secondary coil which loss whenever the current in the circuit loss itself. This is the difference between this primary coil and secondary coil. Here the induced EMF in the secondary coil, the current lost within the time. Due to this cancels the EMF in that. Hence this is the difference between primary coil and secondary coil. So this phenomenon is said to be mutual inductance or phenomenon of mutual inductance. I hope you are following the mutual inductance. Then we go for coefficient of mutual induction. Coefficient of mutual inductance. So we know whenever current is flowing through primary coil, then it produces magnetic field and it induces EMF itself in the secondary coil. By the effect of this primary coil, there induces EMF in the secondary coil. We are not passing any current through this secondary coil, but here current only passing through this primary coil only, induced EMF which is obtained here in secondary coil. So for explaining this coefficient of mutual induction, we know that the magnetic flux produced is in the secondary, which is by the current flowing through this primary coil. So here the magnetic flux which is produced in the secondary coil is proportional to the current flowing through the primary coil. Then we can write phi B is equivalent to I. Here this proportionality is replaced by a constant, hence we can write the equation as phi B is equivalent to M into I. This M is said to be proportionality constant, which is nothing but mutual induction, nothing but coefficient of mutual induction for these coils. Okay, if this I value, which is nothing but current flowing through the primary coil within the circuit, is treated as 1 unit, then we have this coefficient of mutual induction value, which is numerically equal to the flux produced in the coil within the circuit. We already discussed in self-induction. In the similar manner, in the mutual induction, means coefficient of mutual induction also, whenever the current flowing through the primary circuit is 1 unit we can treat, then the produced magnetic flux, which is equivalent to nothing but mutual induction or coefficient of mutual induction of the circuit. And also here we concluded that EMF is induced in the secondary coil, nothing but the induced EMF, which is nothing but minus d phi b by dt. Here this phi b value is nothing but equal to minus d by dt of mi. Okay, we can write m before the differentiation, then minus m into di by dt. Here the induced EMF, which is nothing but equivalent to negative rate of flux produced in the coil, which opposing the direction of current flow according to Lentz's law. Then we have write equal to minus d by dt of mi equal to minus m into di by dt. If the rate of change of current flowing through the circuit is considered as unity, then we have equal to minus m. It means di by dt value we can treat it as 1 unit. We have the coefficient of mutual induction is numerically equal to induced EMF in the circuit. This is about the coefficient of mutual induction. By this coefficient of mutual induction, we conclude that the flux produced in the circuit, which is nothing but equal to coefficient of mutual induction, and also the EMF induced in the circuit when unit current, the rate of current which is nothing but unity we consider within the time, is equivalent to mutual inductance of the coil, which is nothing but equivalent to EMF produced in the coil. I hope you are following this phenomenon of mutual induction and coefficient of mutual induction. Then we go for next topic, which is formula for mutual induction, which is nothing but formula for mutual induction, or this can be mutual induction for, this can be treated as mutual induction for two coils, mutual induction for two coils, mutual induction for two coils. For explaining this formula for mutual induction or mutual induction for two coils, we consider two coils, one is primary, another one is secondary, which are wounded on a solenoid, So for this explaining, we have a diagram. Here this is the solenoid. In this solenoid there is two coils, which are nothing but primary coil and secondary coil. Here first primary coil is wounded on this solenoid, nothing but from the entire solenoid nearly this primary coil is tightly wounding on this, hence we considered this as primary coil, this as primary coil. Okay, now we consider the secondary coil which is wounded itself on the primary coil. The secondary coil is wounding on this primary coil itself. I hope you are observing the diagram. Here this is nothing but the secondary. Here this is the secondary coil. So we considered, for explaining formula for mutual inductance, two coils. One is primary coil and another one is secondary coil. Here the two coils are wounded on the entire this solenoid itself. Here the length of the primary coil, we considering the length of the primary coil, which is nothing but L, The number of turns in the primary coil, here we considering number of turns in the primary coil, the number of turns in the primary coil, which is N1. Here we consider length of the primary coil is nothing but L and number of turns in the primary coil is N1. Hence, number of turns per unit length in the primary coil, number of turns per unit length in the primary coil, is nothing but N1 by L. This is the number of turns per unit length in the primary coil. Then we have also secondary coil. So the number of turns in the secondary coil is number of turns in the secondary coil is nothing but N2. We considered the number of turns in the secondary coil which is in N2. Now we consider, suppose I current is flowing through the primary coil. I current is flowing through the primary coil. And also magnetic field is produced in this primary coil. Whenever current is flowing through this solenoid, then automatically magnetic field is induced in this primary coil. So the magnetic field produced in primary coil, is nothing but, we considered as B equivalent to nothing but mu naught. Here we consider number of turns per unit length for the primary coil. Hence we write the N value which is nothing but mu naught. I write here this B value which is nothing but B equal to mu naught N1 by L into A. Here mu naught N1 by L into I. We considered I current is flowing through the solenoid. Hence the magnetic field for the primary coil which is nothing but B equal to mu naught N1 by L into I. This is the magnetic field produced in the primary coil. Whenever the magnetic field is created, then automatically flux is linked in the primary coil. The flux linked in the primary coil per each turn is nothing but the flux linked in primary coil, which is nothing but, we write the flux in phi B. Phi B is equivalent to B dot A. Here A is the cross-sectional area of this solenoid. Hence B value which is nothing but mu naught N1 by L into I into A. So the flux linked in each turn of the solenoid which is nothing but for the primary coil phi B equivalent to mu naught N1 by L into IA. This is the flux produced in the primary coil. Here we consider the secondary coil which is itself wound on the primary coil, as the same flux of the primary coil is developed in the secondary coil. And so write flux for the secondary coil which is nothing but flux produced in the secondary coil. We write flux produced in the secondary coil because this secondary coil which is closely wounded on this primary coil. So we can write this same flux is linked in the secondary for the of primary itself. Hence we can write the secondary coil flux linked, which is nothing but phi b equivalent to mu naught N1 by L into IA. Here we consider the number of turns in the solenoid for the secondary coil, which is nothing but N2. Therefore phi b equal to, then the equation is mu naught M by L I1A into N2. So this is the flux produced in the solenoid. Then we have already know that the flux which is nothing but according to phenomena of mutual induction, phi b is equivalent to Mi. So we consider this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. So by equating these two equations, we have this Mi is equivalent to the value as Mi is equivalent to mu naught N1 by L into IA into N2. So by cancelling I on both sides, then we have M equal to mu naught N1 N2 A by L. This is the formula for mutual induction or mutual induction for two coils, which is nothing but M equal to mu naught N1 N2 A by L. Here we considered first primary coil which is wounding on the solenoid and the secondary coil which is closely wounded on the primary coil itself. Hence we calculate the flux first for primary coil. So the same flux is linked in for the secondary coil. Then we considering the entire flux for the solenoid, and we know already flux which is nothing but equivalent to Mi, and equating we have the formula for mutual induction of two coils or formula for mutual induction. I hope you are following this topic. Then we go for the next topic, which is coefficient of coupling. So here for explaining this coefficient of coupling, we considered two coils, one is primary and another one is secondary, have same length and same cross sectional area. So for explaining this topic, coefficient of mutual induction, here we consider the two coils, primary and secondary, having same length and same cross sectional area, and the number of turns in the primary coil is nothing but number of turns in the primary coil is, this is a mathematical derivation, there is no explanation about it. So we just follow already about mutual induction and self-induction phenomena from the values of the self-induction and mutual induction formulas. We write and explaining this coefficient of coupling here. So number of turns in the primary coil, which is nothing but we considered as per unit length here, the number of turns in the primary coil per unit length, which is nothing but N1 here, and number of turns in the secondary coil per unit length, which is nothing but N2. And we consider self-induction for solenoid for the primary coil, self-induction for primary coil, which is nothing but L1. And now consider self-induction for secondary coil, which is nothing but L2. Here we consider the self-inductions for primary and secondary coils as L1 and L2. We already know the self-induction phenomenon, and L1 value which is nothing but mu naught N square AL. For the, here we consider the coil which is primary, the number of turns is nothing but N1. Then we can write L1, the self-induction for primary, self induction for primary coil, which is nothing but L1, you can write here, for primary, which is nothing but L1 equal to mu naught N1 square AL, and also self induction for secondary coil, which is nothing but L2 equal to mu naught N2 square AL. We consider this as equation 1. Here the self induction for primary coil is nothing but mu naught N1 square AL, and self induction for secondary coil, which is nothing but mu naught N2 square AL. Okay, here we calculating flux for the primary coil first, later the secondary coil. So here I1 current is flowing through this primary coil, we considered here the current flowing through the primary coil, which is considered as I1. Then the magnetic field developed in the primary coil, which is nothing but magnetic field in primary coil, first we calculate primary, then we calculate for the secondary coils magnetic fields and flux values. Magnetic field in primary coil, which is nothing but B. Here this B value, which is nothing but we consider for primary coil, hence mu naught, we know the formula for B is, which is nothing but mu naught N1 into, here the current flowing for the coil is considered for the primary as I1, hence we can write mu naught N1 I1, which is for primary, hence we can write the value as B1 equal to mu naught N1 I1. And also here whenever the magnetic field is produced, then automatically magnetic flux is linked in the circuit. So flux linked in each turn of the primary coil, which is nothing but B1 of A. So it becomes flux phi B is equivalent to mu naught N1 I1 of A. Here we consider that K1 is the fraction of flux linked in the, here we considered this coefficient of coupling for two coils, hence we consider, let us K1 as a fraction of flux linked in the secondary coil due to the effect of primary coil, hence we consider the flux linked in the secondary coil flux. Here secondary coil flux is considered here. Let us consider K1 as fraction of flux linked in the secondary coil due to the effect of primary coil, hence we have flux for secondary coil. Okay, flux for secondary coil, which is nothing but equivalent to, here we considered K1 as fraction of flux, hence we can write K1 into mu naught N1 I1 A into N2 L. Then we have the value of flux for secondary coil, which is nothing but K1 into mu naught N1 I1 A N2 L. We already know flux, which is equivalent to Mi. So we considered here the current flowing through the primary coil, which is nothing but I1. Hence we can write this flux phi B value, which is nothing but Mi. So by equating these two, then we have Mi1 is equivalent to K1 into mu naught N1 into N2 into AL into this I1. So here by cancelling this I1 on both sides, we have this M value, which is equivalent to nothing but K1 into mu naught N1. I forget writing about N here, and write I2, which is nothing but N2 mu naught N1 N2 AL. We have the value as M equal to K1 into mu naught N1 into AL. We considered as this as equation 2. So we calculate the mutual induction for primary coil here. Then we go for next secondary coil. So for secondary coil, You remember this equation 1, which is nothing but self-induction for L1 and self-induction for L2, which is last we used in our simplification for this coefficient of coupling. Here now we considered that for secondary coil flux linkage in the circuit, here we considered as I2 current is flowing through the secondary coil, then automatically there produced a magnetic field. So magnetic flux produced in secondary coil, which is nothing but, or linked in the secondary coil, which is nothing but secondary coil, which is nothing but B2. Here the current flowing through the secondary coil is considered as I2, then the magnetic field for the secondary coil, which is nothing but B2, equal to mu naught N2 I2. So flux linkage in each turn for the secondary coil, which is nothing but flux in the secondary coil. Here the flux in the secondary coil, flux in the secondary coil, which is nothing but phi b equal to B to A. So then we have phi b equal to B2 value, which is nothing but mu naught N2 I2 into A. Here this is nothing but for secondary coil. Here another we considered that K2 is the fraction of flux. Here in first case K1 is the fraction of flux linked in the secondary coil. Here K2 is the fraction of flux linked in the primary coil due to the effect of secondary coil. Then we write the flux for the which coil? Here we write the flux for secondary coil, hence flux for primary coil. Here the flux for primary coil. So the flux for primary coil, which is nothing but phi b equal to, we considered K2 as fraction of flux linked in the primary coil due to the effect of secondary coil. So phi b equal to K2 into this value, which is nothing but mu 2 N2 I2 into A area, and this is a impact of secondary on primary, hence we write here N1 into L. Here we write N2 into L. Here K1 is the fraction of flux linked in the secondary coil due to the effect of primary coil. Here K2 is the fraction of flux linked in the this secondary coil due to the effect of primary coil. Hence, secondary coil here due to the effect of this coil, we can write as K2 into mu naught N2 I2A into N1L. So we have this phi b value, and also here considered as phi b is equal to M into I2. Then equating these two equations, we have M I2 is equal to K2 into mu naught N1 N2 AL into I2. By cancelling this I2 on both sides, then we have M value, which is nothing but considered as M equal to K2 into mu naught N1 N2 AL. This is considered as equation 3. We have already two equations, then the numbering for the next equation, which is nothing but 3. So this is for flux produced in this secondary coil, and this is the flux produced in the primary coil due to the effect of primary and secondaries. Then by multiplying these equations 2 and 3, then we have M into M square is equal to K1 into K2 into this mu naught N1 N2 AL into mu naught N1 N2 into AL. So we have already know mu naught N1 square AL and mu naught N2 square AL. So we can arrange the above equation for required condition as M square is equal to K1 into K2 into mu naught N1 square AL into mu naught N2 square AL. So we know about mu naught N1 square AL, which is nothing but we consider self-induction for primary coil, and mu naught into square L, which is considered for self-induction for secondary coil. So we have m square is equivalent to K1 K2 into L1 L2 by using equation 1 and write m square is equal to K1 K2 into L1 L2. From this expression we want the value for K1 K2, then it becomes equation as m square by L1 L2. For let us suppose this K1 is equal to K2 in above expression. Let us suppose in the above expression if K1 equal to K2, then we consider this as equation 4. Then equation 4 becomes equation 4 implies K into K, it means K square is equal to m square by L1 L2. We want K value, which is nothing but coefficient of coupling of two coils. Then we write this K square, which is nothing but equivalent to m square by L1 L2. If we want K, then K equal to this square root of m square by L1 L2. Here square and root are cancelling, then K equal to m by square root of L1 L2. This is our required expression for this coefficient of coupling. If we know the value of K, this value of K actually lies between 0 to 1 to 0 or 0 to 1. Here K value lies between 0 to 1. If we have K value, we calculate the coefficient of coupling for two coils, then we get K value which is equivalent to 1. Then we can say that here the two coils are tightly wound. Here K value is 1. We can say that there are two coils are tightly wound. If K value we have as 0, then we can conclude that the two coils are loosely wounded. So from this expression we can say that coefficient of coupling for two coils, if we have K value which is 1, then the two coils are tightly wound. It means if we have K value which is 0, then we say that the two coils which are loosely wound, it means the flux linkage here automatically decreases, and means their wounding is loosely. This is about coefficient of coupling. Our next topic is transformer. I hope you are following the coefficient of coupling linked for two coils on the phenomenon of mutual induction and self-induction. So next topic is which is about transformer. We are so familiar to these transformers. These transformers have very wide applications. We are seeing these transformers in all wide electrical applications. So a transformer is a static device which transfers power, which transfers current from one circuit to another circuit. Here transfers electricity from one circuit to another circuit. So here whenever the power in the circuit is rising or decreasing, within the circuit corresponding to the circuit, if it depending on the voltage, it increases or decreases. So transformer is a device which transfers electric power from one circuit to another circuit. In this transformer, the principle which is nothing but we know mutual induction. So the principle for transformer is nothing but mutual induction. What is the principle in transformer? So a transformer works on the principle of mutual induction. So in this transformer, the phenomenon is nothing but mutual induction is the principle. Hence, in mutual induction, we know two coils, one is primary and another one is secondary coil. So whenever the current flows in the primary coil, there induces EMF in the secondary coil, which is the phenomenon of mutual induction. So we are applying this principle here. So we have two coils in transformers. One is primary coil and another one is secondary coil. I want to draw the diagram and explaining about this primary and secondary coil. Just you are following this. Here this transformer, the primary and secondary coils both are wounding on a magnetic material, nothing but here the magnetic material is said to be ferromagnetic material. The magnetic material is which is nothing but ferromagnetic material. By considering this ferromagnetic material, smooth magnetic material, here this core is maintained here. So this is one core and there also another core which is nothing but here also the core is present. Okay, we increase length for this diagram. This is another core. So which is nothing but the shaded lines are the core in the magnetic material. So on this ferromagnetic core, here the primary and the secondary coils are wounded. Here the primary coil is considered as P, nothing but which is connected to the input source is said to be the primary coil, which is connected to the input source is said to be primary coil. Okay, and from this output which is taken across the load resistance is considered as secondary coil. This is output taken across the load resistance, which is nothing but secondary coil. Okay, this is the block diagram of this transformer, block diagram of transformer. Okay, I hope you are following this diagram. So here this primary coil P and secondary coil S both are wounding on a ferromagnetic material on the iron core. These two wires are wounding, primary and secondary. So there are N1 turns in primary coil and N2 turns in the secondary coil. Here the input is given to source AC source from input and load across we connected output, hence this is considered as output. Okay, here whenever a transformer is present in a circuit, it is indicating with a conventional diagram. It is indicating with a conventional diagram of transformer, which is nothing but when we observe this symbol like this, then it indicating the transformer. It indicating the transformer, which is the conventional diagram of transformer. So in our experiments we observing electronic circuits transformer. So just the symbol which is put here like this manner, then it is conventional diagram of transformer. It means there is transformer is present in the circuit. Okay, this is the conventional diagram for transformer. This is primary and secondary. Here the voltage given to this primary Vp and voltage which is at the secondary as Vs. I hope you are following these two diagrams of transformer, which is block diagram of transformer and another one is conventional diagram of transformer. So we just first write down, draw these diagrams and then we are going for explaining this transformer construction. So for the transformer constructions, here we have two coils, one is primary and another one is secondary coil. These two coils are wounded on a ferromagnetic iron core, nothing but ferromagnetic material. Here the coils are electrically insulated but magnetically linked. It means there is no electrical contacting and magnetically they are linked with each other. Hence here we are saying that the principle is nothing but mutual induction. Hence the mutual induction between the two coils automatically decreases because they are magnetically linked, not electrically. Okay, so we draw the next construction for the transformer, the diagram is nothing but like this. First we follow the diagram. So for this, here also we considering two coils. One is primary and another one is secondary coils. Here this primary coil, which is linked to nothing but AC source. Primary coil is linked to AC source. Okay. We increase this length. So here the coil is wounding like this, which is having N1 turns, nothing but primary coil. Here the primary coil is connected to AC source. Okay, and the secondary coil, which is connected to nothing but load. The secondary coil is connected to load. Here the output is collected across this one. Here input is given as a alternating current from this transformer. Here this is the secondary coil. This is the secondary coil. This is primary coil, and this is secondary coil. Here the AC source is given as input. So the coil which is connected to input AC source is said to be primary coil, and the coil which is connected across the load resistance and output is collected across, this is said to be the secondary coil. In this, whenever in the circuit there is N1 turns in the primary coil and N2 turns in the secondary coil. If there are the number of turns in the secondary coil is greater than that of the number of turns in the primary coil, then the transformer is said to be step up transformer. Transformers are two types based on the winding. They are classified as step up transformers and step down transformers. Here whenever the number of turns in N2 is greater than N1, it means secondary coil number is greater than that of primary coil. The transformer is said to be step up transformer. And this N1 is greater than that of N2. It means the number of turns in primary is greater than that of number of turns in the secondary. Then the transformer is said to be step down transformer. The transformer is said to be step down transformer. Okay, these are in two types of transformers, which are step up transformer and step down transformer. Okay, we are now explaining the construction. We are saying about the construction of this transformer, which is said to be in this diagram as which is primary coil and which is secondary coil, and here AC source is connected for the primary coil and load is connected for the secondary coil. This is the construction about this transformer. Now we are explaining the working for transformer. Here for explaining this working of this transformer, this is based on the principle of mutual induction. We know the principle of mutual induction. So by this principle here transformer is working. Here we are applying AC source, nothing but AC voltage to this source here through this coil primary. So from this coil primary, here voltage is applying. So due to this current nothing but flowing in the circuit is said to be AC current. Nothing but alternating current is flowing in the circuit. Then automatically whenever current flowing in a circuit, then induces first flux and then EMF. Okay, so due to this here current flowing, which is nothing but AC current, then also the flux linkage in the circuit is nothing but AC flux is generated in the primary coil. Due to this flux linkaging with the circuit, here we already saying that these are electrically insulated but magnetically linked. So here they are magnetically linked but electrically insulated, these coils primary and secondary. So due to this whenever we applying the AC source, nothing but AC current is produced in the circuit and AC current flows in the circuit, then it produces magnetic field, and magnetic flux is also AC, and it is linked in this circuit. Whenever the flux is linked in the circuit, then automatically the circuit in the secondary coil there produces EMF. We know according to phenomena of mutual induction, and also Faraday's laws, here there induces EMF in the secondary coil. This EMF, which is capable of giving current and energy to the source. So this is the working in the transformer. Then here applying the principle is nothing but from Faraday's second law, we know this EMF created in the circuit, which is nothing but M into di by dt. From this phenomenon of mutual induction and Faraday's laws, here in transformer the EMF is generated in the secondary coil. Here whenever flux is created, automatically there induces EMF in the secondary coil. The induced EMF, which is capable of giving current or energy to this source load. Hence the EMF is said to be equal to M into di by dt, which is the working behind here. In case if we consider here the load is absent, the load is not connected to the circuit, then automatically the current flowing through the circuit is considered as I1, then it produces flux which is linked in the primary circuit and produces a voltage which is said to be V1. The voltage can be written as nothing but V1 equal to, in terms of the energy, is nothing but minus number of turns linked with it, flux produced by the coil is minus N1 into d5 by dt. Here this is because of the load absence. It means the load is not connected to the circuit. So here the current flowing through the circuit is considered as, for the primary coil, as I1. Then it produces voltage which gives energy nothing but in terms of magnetic flux, which is nothing but V1 equal to E1 into minus N1 into d5 by dt. If we consider this load is not present, but according to phenomenon of mutual induction, there also produces voltage for the secondary coil, which is nothing but we considered as V2, nothing but energy E2 equal to minus N2 into d5 by dt. If we consider as this as equation 1 and this as equation 2, we dividing equation 2 by equation 1, then we have 2 by 1 equal to nothing but this V2 by V1 equal to N2 by N1. V2 by V1 equal to N2 by N. If we write V1 by N1, then we write this as V2 by N2, which gives the energies nothing but voltages. Hence this is considered as trans ratio or transformer ratio, which gives the number of turns. Here N1 is greater than N2 and N2 is greater than N1. Whenever the number of turns in N2 is greater than that of number of turns in N1, then the transformer is said to be step up transformer, and whenever N1 is greater than N2, it means number of turns in primary is greater than that of number of turns in the secondary, then it is said to be step down transformer. By this transformer ratio, nothing but number of turns, here the transformer is said to be step up or step down transformer. Okay, transformers have many wide applications. Some of the applications which are nothing but they have for long distance electricity transmissions, transformers are used. One of the application which is nothing but for long distance electricity transformations, these transformers are used. And also these transformers are used for making radio transmitters, nothing but in tape recorders also transformers are used. And also transformers have wide applications in welding purposes also. In welding purposes also transformers are used. And also transformers are used for nothing but energy transformations and for rectification process, nothing but to conversion of AC currents into DC currents, transformers also used. These are the applications for transformers. We have the output power and input power, then the ratio between output power by input power, which gives the efficiency of the transformers. So this is about transformers and applications of transformers. I hope you are following about this transformer. It is a theory based concept. Okay. In this session we will complete about this electromagnetic induction. First self-induction and self-induction phenomena, coefficient of self-induction, and next coefficient of self-induction for long solenoid, and also mutual induction phenomenon, and about this transformer. So from this here the second chapter, which is electromagnetic induction part, is completed. So second unit is completed in this session. Thank you.